helplessness is your best friend, savage.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
Makes my nipples rock hard. Grrr!
Why do you hate rom-coms?
I don't hate rom-coms. I have a certain level of ambivalence to them, i.e. I don't really care for them that much, one way or the other.
Or do you just feel like you need to hate them?
I don't need to do anything.
Everybody likes The Notebook. Everybody likes Beyonce.
Beyonce can kiss my ass. She seems to have like 5 million people working on her videos at any given time, but they almost always seem to appear as the same song, i.e. a man just cheated on me or wouldn't commit to the relationship, so he can go fuck himself. Essentially, that's what most of her songs sound like to me. Or some bullshit feminist empowerment message, which if you have to sing so much about female empowerment, you're probably not that powerful to begin with.
It's just a fact.
Why do you make women sit around and talk about men in movies?
Men don't make women talk about men in movies. They can do it of their own volition. And plus, there are women who work in the film industry, and honestly, the film industry isn't that big of an industry when it comes to the people who work in it. Maybe a few 100,000 work in the film industry. Compared to other industries, that's relatively small. But anyway.
And y'all easily just sit around and talk about boobs for hours.
Becca with the great big tits you could bury your face in.
In fact, Game of Thrones is the only thing that I can think of that actually has got people talking about boobies in them.
Why do you automatically assume that you won't like TV or movies that star a female lead?
Why?
Just to let you know, kiddies, I do have a fondness for my Japanese anime, and my anime is a lot of my anime is female-led, and there's quite a lot of variation in that, because you've got everything from Appleseed to Ghost in the Shell to Chobits and Oh My Goddess, which are all female-led, and have variation in their stories that they tell.
Are you surprised when women are funny?
I'm not surprised that some women are funnier, although I'd be surprised if any of you lot are funny, considering you work for BuzzFeed, which doesn't understand how comedy works, or reality, or underpants.
I'm probably funnier than you.
No! You're not funny! I'm funny!
Why do you think that we're obsessed with you when we hook up?
Well, when you're hooking up with somebody, you have to have a certain level of obsession with them.
9 times out of 10, I just want you to leave too. I'm busy. I got shit to do.
We all have shit to do.
Why can't I sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged?
You'll be judged regardless of what you do. The ideal situation is to move beyond the ideals of other people, to become almost solemn and self-confident about what you do, rather than to be so fickle that other people's opinions that you don't even know will affect you negatively. I.e., you want to become like me.
When men do it, they're congratulated.
Why do you consider a woman a tease if she doesn't sleep with you after 3 dates, but a slut if she sleeps with you on the first date?
Personally, you make it sound like it's all men have this sort of opinion. You do know other women will have that sort of opinion as well. And furthermore, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? Do you want to make sure that nobody can judge you regardless of what you do? Well, personally, I would just tell you to stop trying to put your pain at the center of the universe. But I don't think that would get to you because you're an idiot and you work for BuzzFeed, whose whole mission statement seems to be about putting other people's pain at the center of the universe.
In what world does no mean yes?
No means no.
Well, fuck my donkey. Thanks for pointing out the fucking obvious, you bunch of authoritarian fuckwits.
Why do you say that women are too emotional to be leaders?
Then justify catcalling by saying men just can't control themselves.
Who the fuck thinks this? This sounds like pure grade A projection. Personally, I think it's what they personally believe, not what other people think. Because that's the clear sign of authoritarian when they're spending more time explaining what other people are thinking.
Why do you think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my body?
I don't want your body, you're a fug ugly armadillo and you probably come across as a grade A bitch.
Why would you ever send an unsolicited dick pic?
Because it's funny.
Why do you feel like it's okay to harass women or make offensive comments about women, but
I do what I like and I like what I do, and if you don't like it, feel free to suck my immensely large and robotic peen.
when somebody does it to your sister, it's not okay?
You can say whatever you like about my sister. She's a big girl and she's probably used to it by now.
How does it feel to interrupt me when I'm in the middle of
Feels fan-fucking-tastic. In fact, it makes my nipples hard again. Grrr!
making a point during a meeting?
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
Is this a purely American thing? Because I only see this coming from American-style subways. Mainly because all of our seats are bolted straight forward, so I can't see the other people's legs even if I wanted to. Or maybe it's me because I'm constantly playing my Vita or looking at television on my phone. But I really don't notice other people with their legs spread open. I do notice other women when they have their bags next to them when I'm looking for a seat, which is very rude of them. But anyway, moving on.
I get that you have balls, but I don't stand around with my arms wide open to make room for my boobs.
Don't do that again. You look freaky. You look like you're just about to have a seizure.
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex?
Because you are physically weaker than a man. There's no two ways of getting around it. Unless you do a shit ton of weights, like I do every night. Because it makes me feel manly. Makes me want to lift weights just even talking about it. Grrr! I'm going to do some weights after this video. Because it makes me feel manly. Makes me want to... Grrr! Makes me feel manly. Just even talking about lifting weights. Grrr!
Even though we literally birth you. Like watermelons through like
Well, thanks for you women doing what comes naturally.
this.
Why is it so bad to show your emotions?
Because women wouldn't love me if I showed my weaker side. They only love me because of my muscles and my manly nature. Grrr!
It means you're human.
Why are you always trying to prove your masculinity to me?
I don't need to prove my masculinity to anybody because I'm manly. Because all the weights that I do makes me feel... Just even talking about makes me want to lift weights. Makes me feel manly. Grrr!
Why the f isn't it ladylike to cuss? When did words get gendered?
You can hardly talk. All the feminists talk about gender and how everything needs to be gender neutral or gender specific or gender binary or gender something or other. It just really doesn't make any sense when you think about it. Which amazingly, feminists avoid doing at all costs.
Is it your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated or raped?
I'm going to be doubtful of any person, regardless of their gender, if they tell me they're a victim of certain crimes, because there is nothing that I can do to solve your crime. The police can do that because they have, resources, time, and a legal authority to do something.
Why do you assume a woman's angry because she's on her period?
I don't assume a woman's angry if she's on her period. Do women get bitchier when they become on their period? I wouldn't know.
Why do you think women that wear makeup are false advertising? We can say the same thing about your dick size.
Personally, I think if a woman wears way too much makeup, she makes her look like a prostitute. But that's a bit beside the point. As for false advertisement, I don't know. Would you consider false advertisement if a man was sticking a bunch of socks down his trousers? I don't know. I'm just starting to ramble on a bit, so I'll just move on.
Why isn't it weird that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body?
Honestly, I'd rather have old white men because I could criticize them to the eventual heat death of the universe, and nobody will accuse me of being sexist, homophobic, transphobic, and what other weird gender slurs that the feminists can come up with. But that's beside the point. And would you rather it be, Sarah Palin making legislations about abortion? Which I think this is what that you're talking about.
Do you have a coochie?
No.
Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
Because it's kinky, that's why.
How does it feel to get kicked in the balls?
The same way if it felt like if I squeezed your nipples really, really hard.
Do you ever get tired of trying to be manly all the time?
No, it doesn't, because being manly is fucking awesome.
Why are you so afraid of gender equality?
Why do I deserve to be paid less?
You don't get paid less, you earn less. The difference being is that, can anybody name me at least one job that pays discrimination on gender? Because the closest I can think of are models and porn stars. And guess what? That's actually towards the men actually earn less in those two jobs. In fact, the highest paid model actually makes more than the top 10 male models put together. So I don't know what the fuck that they're talking about. And even if women were earning less money than a man, wouldn't the employers just hire nothing but women because they could pay them less and make more money and afford to go to like Barbados for 2 weeks or something like that? Anyway, I'm just beginning to ramble on a bit. Everybody knows the myth about the gender pay gap.
Than you?
In what world does 77 cents equal $1?
In what world does 68 cents equal $1?
How is that fair?
It's not fair. Nothing in this life is truly fair. The best you can do is hope for the best. As for what other people are making, I don't see that being of any your concern if all women were making less money than men. And plus, I think the biggest problem is that, women have to give birth once in a while, which obviously affects their income.
Why are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you? That's awesome! More money!
Why are opinionated women seen as bitches?
Because all women are bitches, or hoes, or hoe bitches, or bitchy hoes.
When opinionated men are seen as bosses.
Why aren't you speaking up when you hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women?
Fuck you! Fuck you and kiss my ass. I'll make whatever offensive joke that I fucking want to make, and you have no choice but to listen to it, you whiny bitch.
Why are you so afraid of recognizing your own privilege?
Just give me a second. Yep, my privilege is looking pretty good.
Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just recognize it and do something.
And what the fuck do you want me to do about it? Do you want me to horsewhip myself until it makes you feel better? Does the phrase fuck you and kiss my ass? Anyway, the video's over. Bye and thanks for watching.